a lot of work that the NPP has to do because they are in opposition. They need to campaign a lot to come back to power.
What work do they have to do? I mean, sometimes I get amazed with how they think that by electing your candidate early enough, it will erase the perceptions of that big hole at Rich that costed us $97 million. By electing your flag bearer and your running mate early enough, it erased from the minds of the people. And there was a time that inflation was 54%. It will erase from the minds of the people.
So I'm just asking about running mates.
So that, I'm trying to tell you how irrelevant some of these things are. You were given a state, a nation to govern. And the only duty of any government is to fulfill what is enshrined in Article 36 of our Constitution.
Yes.
That talks about the state taking all necessary action to ensure that the national economy is managed in such a manner as to maximize the rate of economic development and to secure the maximum.
So I'm asking about running mates.
So the running mate,
to Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia.
What is it? What I mean, I would be surprised that NAPO is changed anyway. That would have been unfair to him. If you have maintained, what's the name, Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia, then on what basis? The retention of Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia was to tell the entire country that they were very satisfied with his performance of, is it 41.74 or 38.2? I don't know which is which. But granted is 41.74. What the NPP told us by way of retaining him was to tell the entire country that they were so satisfied with this performance. So if you were that satisfied with this performance, on what basis would you change NAPO? Then if I am NAPO, I'll go to court and sue the party for unfairness. Yes. Because you have said. So
if Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia makes the announcement and it's not NAPO,
I will lead NAPO to go to court.
You will lead NAPO to court?
I will personally lead. NAPO must not even market himself.
You will go to court on behalf of NAPO?
The vote, the retention of Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia meant the retention of NAPO.
But it's not cast in stone. You have been in the NPP before. You know that it, I mean, you can't tie the hands of the candidate.
No, at the point, I mean, when Akufo went with, what's the name, Aliwe in 2000, and then retained him in 2004. Is that not the case? So, by extension, if you have been given the mandate by the delegates that, look, your work was perfect, it means that work...
Yeah, but running mate is not a personal property. But why would you go to court?
No, it's one ticket. Remember, it's one ticket. The running mate is always a silent...
So, the 2024 ticket is different from what will happen in 2020.
So what the NPP has told us, by extension, telling Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia is that, look, we saw your work as good, so don't make the mistake of changing your running mate. Go together with him. And that's what I'm saying, that any attempt to remove NAPO as their running mate, some of us will go to court on behalf of NAPO and say that they have not been fair to him.
And what are you going to ask the courts to do?
To compel Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia to do what is right. Either than that, he would have
done what you're saying is not grounded in law. No, it cannot happen.
It can happen. But it's very simple. We all went to election. Yes. I was your mate, I was your partner, and then we performed. We got 41.74. Now the delegates said that performance was so good. Remember those days that they were telling us, I can't pay. The people at the end, people themselves believe that I can't only 9. So why would you go and take NAPO from me to make it a 20 pay or 30 pay? Because then the next person that you are bringing could send you back to the 18% what I predicted.
But that would be the problem of the NPP. Are you worried?
No, I'm not worried. I'm so happy.
Why would you be?
But why do you think I'm canvassing for NAPO? Because it serves the interest of the United Party. So much, so well. So I would wish and I would admonish and I would entreat every NPP member that when the decision is not settled on NAPO, they must demonstrate. I'll help them to go to court on that. Are you with me? So clearly,
Awal is not happy about.
Why must he not be happy? You have voted for Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia. Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia in the last elections went with Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe. Now the delegate says that his work was good, and that work, the achievements,
He says he will run with it if the opportunity.
No, he has to. NAPO, don't worry. This one, you don't need to run. You don't need to pray. It's automatic that he will be the running mate to Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia, and the United Party is very happy about it. So happy, you know. So
now, when you were leaving the NPP, you were part of the people complaining that Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia shouldn't have been given a chance to be running mate.
No,
Oh, but you and your people, the Allen team, you had problems. You claimed that he was a new comer into the party. He shouldn't have been given such a big position.
But the point is that I have always
were part of those people making that point.
My position on that matter is known.
Yeah, but you claim he's new to the party. That's what you said.
No, this is totally different from.
How is it different? He was selected. He was also chosen from somewhere.
No, but I'm saying that. But I'm saying that. That's why I said that the delegates have spoken.
If you had tied the hands of Nana Addo, he wouldn't have brought in.
No, that's why it's not a matter of tying the hands of. It's a matter.
Yes. So why would you extend the same principle to NAPO's?
So you are advising Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia to do away with NAPO.
I don't select candidates.
So I'm telling you, there is a suggestion that look, by way of retaining you, what the delegates are telling you is that the taking that you went with, perfect. So on what basis would you change NAPO? Settle on NAPO, maintain NAPO, so that at least you can maintain the votes that you had the last time. Any attempt, it will bring them to the 18 percentage points. And that is what I am advising them as a political party. We don't need to see the NPP collapse. It will not be good for our democracy. So under Article 55, I am enjoying to make an input that will help the party float, play relegation matches with the CPP, and so on and so forth. I will not be the one to be causing their destruction. But if they want to, and change NAPO, that is their own cup of tea, but I'll help NAPO to go to court on that.
Blessed, we're doing education, especially a Saturday morning like this. There are children watching. You understand? We must be factual enough.
But children don't watch that, by the way.
I'm saying that there are people, children watching.
What is so factual
so
about
at least we should be factual about these things. You see, it says we left inflation at 54%.
I didn't say
okay. So at a point in time,
absolutely,
it was 54.
Yes.
And this is something that they have been running with. Inflation 54, inflation 54. Inflation 54 was only a month into.
But so what are you talking about? So there was a 54% inflation.
Now,
but
now today. Why
no, you sounded as though I had made a statement that was not factual.
Today,
can we focus on that?
I'm coming. Today, the inflation is 3.7.
I get that. Okay.
Last year, under the same government, in May 2025, it was 18.5.
Well, can we talk about?
So do I have to say inflation was 18.5 when today is 3.7? If you are being factual, tell us where did we leave inflation?
Well, can we talk about the running mate?
I'm coming. Let me clear that one. Tell us where we left the inflation. Not the 54 that they have been saying with their cronies. That is one.
No, but what is the point?
I'm saying that we're doing education again.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I get that. I'm
coming to the running mate.
Yes,
I'm saying that there is no way in any constitution or anywhere that says that if you do not choose your running mate, someone can even go to court to even do that. That's why I'm saying that. Be factual enough to understand that political parties have really, they have conventions. I don't have any doubt. I don't have any doubt that NAPO will be chosen.
He has confirmed my position.
I'm saying that I don't have any doubt that NAPO will be chosen as the running mate. But you see, it is not binding on Dr. Bawumia. And again, there is nothing anyone can do if Dr. Bawumia decides not to go with NAPO. Now, we even have a history.
There's nothing?
Yeah, there's nothing anyone can
let him make that mistake.
You can't go to court. If you go to court, what are you going to challenge?
Solo is telling us he will go to court. He's also asking party members to demonstrate.
Our constitution is saying that he nominates one person, sends the person to National Council for National Council to approve.
To decide, okay.
To approve the person. That's what happens.
So he can't bulldoze his way through.
He can still select a different person and present to National Council. When he presented NAPO, National Council could have rejected and tell him, bring another person again. You remember in 2008, before he settled on Dr. Bawumia, there were names that were going around. Boniface Abubakar Sadiq, who is now their national chairman. His name was part of the names that came out. Lepoura MND Jawula, then Hajia Halima. And even when you read the chasing the elephant into the bush, Nana Addo settled on Hajia Halima Mahama before the pushback came that she was a lady and so on. Then he brought in Dr. Bawumia from Bank of Ghana, who was really largely a technocrat to support him. You understand? So, yes, I don't have any doubt that NAPO will be, because he's even my favorite. I believe that NAPO will do better.
So you understand?
But I'm saying that you cannot go to court to say this. And again, when he says it's a convention, the convention, we still have a history in this party. In 1996, President Akufo went with a car In 2000, he went to Ali Muhammad.
That was an alliance.
Whatever be the case, even in 2000, there was a grand alliance in 2000.
Which one was that? That was a runoff?
Yes.
That was a runoff.
I'm saying that even in 2000.
We went to change the running elections with a grand alliance.
So you agree with Solo that you can't change
during the runoff? Are you telling that you could have changed the running mate during the runoff?
At what time? When the election is already.
My goodness.
I'm not even talking about. I'm saying that today, as I said earlier, I don't think Dr. Bawumia will change NAPO, but it is not binding on Dr. Bawumia to still choose NAPO. And if he doesn't choose him, that's why when he was asked, he said, I'll jump it and I'll take it because he is a politician, he was an MP. And he told him, I want you to be my running mate to be the vice president. He abandoned the MP and came in. Now, he's not going back as NP again. He's a statesman. He's someone who is really one of our big men in the party. That's the reason he qualified to be on that seat that day.
I want to
when they did that, they invited him. Yeah. The question was asked. He didn't go there to say that. It is a question from one of the panelists or one of the students who said that if you're given the opportunity, you jump it. Even you sitting here. I'm not saying even you.
Okay.
I'm saying that you sitting here. If you get the opportunity to be the running mate of any of the candidates,
only on the two parties,
both NDC and NPP.
Why are you not involving
you? You might jump because you see that is one. Two is that Solo is now telling us that their running mate for 2028 elections is Kwame Owusu.
No, it's not true.
Okay.
You went to elections. That was Alan Kyeremanteng went to elections.
No, that was an independent.
Kwame Owusu
why?
I'm coming. Alan Kyeremanteng went to elections. Kwame Owusu downstairs.
No, it doesn't understand.
They had 34,000 votes.
No.
Now they are maintaining. If only they are maintaining. If they are maintaining Alan Kyeremanteng, then they have to maintain Kwame Owusu because I will also go to court.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Because you see, if that is the case,
fantastic.
I don't have a problem. Challenge them because I have not read their constitution.
And what was their percentage again in the election?
They didn't even get 0.000001%.
So you see,
they had only 34,000 votes. It's not even qualified to bring someone to parliament.
No problem.
What they got is not even qualified to bring someone to parliament.
So you see the principle working.
You think you have time? That's why you run away from
that. I do not know their constitution. I'm sure it is as a result of his readings of their constitution that he believes that if Dr. Bawumia is to change NAPO, then he can go to court. In our constitution, you can't go to court. But from all indications, I could tell that in their constitution, if the person is changed, they can go to court. So that's why I will explore that, get lawyers, so that we can challenge it. Because he is now telling us, so you are rejecting Kwame Owusu.
So let me answer you.
Are you rejecting him?
No, let me answer you. Fantastic.
No, I'm asking.
I know this kind of challenge.
He wants to answer.
Or you are jittery. Let me answer.
I'm not.
First of all, Alan Kyeremanteng contested election 2024 as an independent candidate. Now we are a political party. The running mate to Alan Kyeremanteng must be someone who belongs to the United Party.
So he's not a member of the United Party.
You understand?
But it's not compulsory to always pick someone from the UP.
No, but we are a political party. Why must we go and choose our running mate from somebody who is not a member of our party?
Is he not a member of your party?
He's not a member of our party. He's not a member.
No, but you see,
that's why I said you are running or you are running.
Owusu is an NDC man.
Oh, so now you are
yes, and you chose an NDC person as your running mate at that time. Me, when you go and check,
why is our
when they chose, I wrote it on my Facebook page.
It doesn't matter.
That this is an NDC man that they have brought in. It's a marriage of convenience because they think that they are allies. And the NDC will support them.
So that's the first thing.
Something I wrote.
That's the first thing. I am more focused than you, so don't worry. That's the first thing. That Kwame Owusu, we will choose a running mate that belongs to the United States.
So Kwame also has been decided.
But Alan is automatic.
Alan
was a member of the UP when he went to the
Alan will never allow any contest.
If you want,
Alan will never allow any contest.
He has
never won any elections in his entire life.
It doesn't matter.
So
even your problems you lose.
2024 candidate didn't trust in your founder just to run with him in 2028.
No, because he went as an independent candidate, he chose him. Now it's a political party. He has seen the need that maybe he will join the party at some point in time, but for now, he's
so your 2024 running mate cannot endorse your party and to join it.
No, but if he doesn't believe in our party, why must you force it?
So which party does he belong to?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know for him, and I don't know for sure. But let me come back to the issue of 34,000 that he raised. I don't think Awal really understands the lessons of this country. In the year 2008.
Yeah.
What was the votes that Professor Mills used in winning the elections? You remember?
You tell me. It was less than 500,000, is it?
It was not even closer to 50,000.
Yeah, right.
That's not correct.
You understand?
That's not correct.
Now, if you were to read, what was it? What was the vote?
That's not correct.
If it's not correct, what was the correct?
What he wants to say is that the first run, Akufo Addo needed around 50,000 to win.
So he's
one time. That's what he means. But for the elections, Atamas won.
So he's trying to tell you
convincingly.
You need
in the second run.
That's
you won convincingly in the second run.
The constitution of this country says that before you are declared as the president, you need 50 plus 1. You see, this is the way a manner they prosecute politics that always keeps them in opposition. I can tell you they will rot in opposition. Because if you are, as it were, poo-pooing 34,000, then you don't understand politics. That's number one. Number two, as a result of Asante Bediatuo getting out of the NPP, the NPP lost 2 million votes.
Which 2 million votes?
Because
it didn't go to you.
So you have 34,000 on election day, and I'm happy that you're doing this. But I'm very happy
you have 34,000.
I have two questions for you. One is to Awal as to whether or not they can't find any other person apart from NAPO. Maybe if you want to take that, you can take it. But my question also to you is this not an opportune time to have Alan possibly? So then I don't make the decision for Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia.
Yes.
But is this not an opportune time to have Alan just go to Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia and plead with him that, oh, look, we can just partner. You can make me a running mate.
You see?
And then things will be better.
So what would have helped Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia rather is to go to Alan and say, Mr. Kyeremanteng, you know what? I forced my way to becoming a flag bearer, and the Ghanaian disappointed me by giving me 41.74%. I have lost it. Ghanaians don't have any confidence in me. So I want to come under your banner as a running mate so that the United Party prosecute the next elections with our rich ideas enshrined this great transformational plan where we would uplift.
So I'm telling you that why is your candidate not going to beg for the spot so that he'll be...
Why must Alan Kyeremanteng go and beg for a spot when a loser? He's a loser. Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia is not going to win any election in this country.
You didn't get anything in the last elections. You have the opportunity now to just go and talk to...
But did they get anything in the last election?
At least you were mentioning the better, way better.
Which one is the better? The percentage that they got, did they make him the vice president of this country? Is it like you getting 59, I'm getting 50? It's all second class lower. We all had lower. If we all had lower, nobody was giving...
You had F.
Which one is that?
They had.
So in the grading system, at least where I had my university education, if you had 59 to 50, a second class lower. They will not come and tell you got F.
But you had F. You didn't show up.
It's all lower. It's all lower. And I'm saying by virtue of the percentage that they had, did they prepare the
Are you saying that Alan will never take the post if Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia says, well, let's
unite? It must not even cross your mind. I mean, my brother, it must not cross your mind that you say Alan will take what?
Alan can serve as deputy, running mate.
Alan is winning election 2028. So why must he worry himself with Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia? If Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia wants to be the running mate to Alan Kyeremanteng, that one, it will go through series of processes. We will evaluate it and see whether or not he's bringing something on the ticket before we consider. But for now, we know that the United Party will be prosecuting one of the robust and rigid campaigns in election 2020 with a solid message that will defy all logic to win election 2020.
What happens is that you have, usually when there's a coalition, and just as you were saying, in the previous elections, when the opposition parties come together, they have a better chance at winning the election. And I'm saying to you that you came from the New Patriotic Party. Why won't you go after your failure, your failed election? elections.
After the NPP also failed. So NPP also failed, yes.
After you all failed.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you come together, both as people who have failed?
Yes.
Reflect. Yes. So Alan can be a running mate.
So what I'm saying
is Alan bigger than being a running mate?
No, Alan is someone that is leading a political party as a founder for now. Now we are going to have an election in the United Party, either election or selection.
Yes, and whether we like it or not, Alan will be the leader. So I'm saying...
So it means you highly trust Alan Kyeremanteng.
No, I'm saying that is not what happened. That is what will happen.
So he is grateful to you that before there's any selection process or election, you have even settled. That's fine. But what I'm saying is that under the circumstance, with the way and manner Ghanaians have rejected Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia, if you were going to even suggest a partnership, you wish the new patriotic party well.
Yes.
You understand? You would rather tell him to look, go and negotiate with Alan to take the running mate position.
Look at the number of delegates who voted for him and compare that to even the amount of votes he had in the 2024 election.
So that was a charade, and it manifested itself in the elections. You understand? I say you can deceive yourself internally, but when it comes to the national elections, you don't have that.
Your votes in the last election, I'm not sure it's more than the votes of those who contended with Dr. Mahamadu.
Let me tell you something. I have said time with that number that we will do that press conference in 2027 to do a massive expose on election 2024. We have decided to, as it were, sit back and allow people to run with their own imaginations. But we will prove people otherwise. And besides that, we are all prosecuting election 2028 from ground zero or point zero. Nobody is going into election 2021 bagging 1 million or 2 million votes. You understand? Alan is going. If Alan is the one,
you guys are bitter. You don't want to be humble enough.
No, if you were bitter, you would not even be taking part in politics again, my brother. We are so nice with ourselves. We were telling them when we were in the NPP that you see in this world, when you go to class 1, where nobody knows the other, I tell you that when the teacher comes to class and say who should be the class captain, I bet you will see colleagues, peoples pointing to one person that this person should be there. That time nobody knows the other. But they say, who wants to be the class captain? At the end of the day, the person that is pointing you to be the class captain, he also has the same capacity to also be chosen as the class captain, yet he sees leadership qualities. We have seen that leadership qualities in Mr. Alan Kyeremanteng as a person that this country needs. Now the NPP thought otherwise, under the influence of Nana Akufo Addo, machinations everywhere. And we were laughing at the because we realized that the party was destroying itself. They were moving into others. And that was what precisely played out in election 2024. They themselves know. That's why recently you had Akomiya come out and say that they have to begin the talking to Mr. Alan Kyeremanteng. A lot of people from their side haven't realized that.
So what problem do you have with Dr. Mahamadu?
I have a beautiful relationship with Dr. Mahamadu.
Alan to run as a possible running mate too.
So you want Alan to go and run as a running mate to Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia so that they go and get 18%. Is that what you're saying?
Blessed.
He's asking a question.
Blessed. So someone who set out to say, well, I think I will be the best president of this country, was given an opportunity to be a trade minister, longest serving one. And he can only boast of cassava. And that cassava did not even try for more than 1 month, 1 year. So cycle. That person contested elections, lost, left the party, came back. Contest again.
Trivializing.
No, but this is, I'm not trivializing. This is a matter of fact. Came back, contested and lost, and suffered diminishing returns.
Cassava?
Yes. When he started that
was a PSI under the NPP administration.
So now today I will lecture him on Mr. Alan Kyeremanteng for him to appreciate. So I don't blame he wasn't in the NPP, so I can forgive him.
He came, contested elections, and had 30-something%. The next elections he contested, he had 7%. The next one he contested, he had 3%.
Oh, 3.
Then the same person says, "Drew me so." After the person who had beaten him that 3 times, he said, "Drew me so." He was paying lip service to Drew me so, not really talking to the delegates on the grounds. He believes that it's really a kinship that he would just have to assent to it. He was not doing the work. Someone who came as running mate, supported his man, did all the work, went around the country, got to every constituency no less than 7 times.
Oh, Dr. Bawumia.
Yes.
Wow.
Worked with the people on the grounds. And the person who sat somewhere and said, "Drew Meso," they went through elections. Only constituency chairman voted in that elections. The person who said Drew Meso placed third. After placing third, he said, "I am leaving the party." He left the party, formed the party. Why did he leave the party and form the party? Bitterness. Because if it is not bitterness, you have remained. Dr. K.K. Apraku contested in 1998, had 3%. He placed third. Right? He came again and contested, and now he's still an elder of the party.
Right.
You had lawyer Kwame Kodua, who contested in 1992, contested about 7 times. Almost all the times, he will have 2-3 votes. And he still contested. He's an elder of the party. You understand? But someone who said, "I will be the best." He had 32, 7, 3. Then he goes into context when the person who beat him 3 times was not in the contest and placed third. Says, "I have left the party because of bitterness." That is the reason you will see anywhere that if there is a UP person, the Afrafranto person on the set.
You in Solo, yeah.
Anywhere you see an Afrafranto person on the set, they will attack NPP because they left out of bitterness. And again, they are the only party in this country since 1992 that is in opposition and fighting an opposition party because they left as a result of bitterness. When you look at the reason they left, that's the reason he will tell you that NPP will be in opposition. That's why he's saying that NPP will be in opposition. I'm saying that Alan Kyeremanteng is, I don't want to say he's cursed, but Alan Kyeremanteng can never win any election even if he's paired with anyone. Because you see,
are you saying, and let me,
in his entire life, he has never won any election.
Let me be hypothetical here. Are you telling me that the effect we'll have if we have Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia and Alan Kojo Kyeremanteng on one ticket?
We can't get even up to 10% of the votes.
Hold on, and you have
Alan Kyeremanteng,
and you have Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia and NAPO. Are you telling me that the effect will be heavier with NAPO than Alan Kojo Kyeremanteng?
You see, in elections, demography is very important.
Okay.
Where you come from, where you're getting your votes and so on. We chose Dr. Bawumia strategically because he's from the north. He's a Muslim northerner. That's how we choose our candidates. And we know that at least he'll pull some votes there. Indeed, we have seen the results. When we chose Bawumia, we had never won Wale seats before. You understand? When he became a running mate, we started winning, and now it is a safe seat for us. We had never won the Northeast before. Now, 2 consecutive elections, we've won the Northeast.
I see.
So he's bringing something on board.
Okay.
Alan is suffering from identity crisis. Alan do not know where he comes from. In the vetting, Alan said he's from, yes, in the vetting, he said he's from East Elmina in the central region. When he set out to contest as a candidate, he said he's from Ejiso. So he's suffering from identity crisis. But these 2 places, I'm coming. These 2 places he had never voted in. He had never voted in Elmina, he had never voted in Ejiso. He votes at Ayawaso West Wogon. So when you pick Alan today, where will he get the vote from? You see, Salaga South got more votes than where Alan voted. Because Boniface was in Salaga South. You understand? Boniface pulled more votes for Alan than what Alan pulled in Ejiso.
But I'm asking,
so he's suffering from identity crisis. He doesn't even know where he comes from.
Are you then telling me
he's not from Ashanti? He's not from East. Ashanti people don't see him as their own. East and Central people don't see him as their own. But you see, NAPO, I'm coming. NAPO is the MP of the seat of the Asante Kingdom. He has been the MP for the seat of the Ashanti Kingdom for 12 years. He is from the royal home. His father is the Apajahene. When you go there, it is situated in the middle of Zongo. So that's the reason the Zongo people over there will vote for him. Because they know the track record of his father. And he is a purely someone from Ashanti who will get us out. Look at 2024 elections. Our votes declined in all regions.
Including,
but the level of decline in Ashanti region was the best.
Now we had
more votes in Ashanti than any, because you see in Ashanti we lost only 300,000 votes. In Greater Accra we lost 600,000 votes. You understand? It should tell you that indeed that place still remains our stronghold. And the NAPO factor
this is the point.
No, no, we don't have time. We have time. Hey, we have time. We have time. You have given him 10 minutes.
We'll talk about LGBT.
No.
He spoke for like 20 minutes.
We have time today.
So what I'm saying is,
I was supposed
when you compare the two,
I have a lot of time.
You don't really compare the two. Because one has even contested elections.
He's done. Let me come in.
He has been an MP for 12 years. Alan Kyeremanteng has never won any election in this country. Whoever is presented to represent us in any elections by government of Ghana wins. You remember Alhaji Mohamed Mumuni? President Kufuor presented him. And he resigned as MP for Kumbongu. And he went and represented the country at the African level. Ibn Chambers went and so on. President Mahama used our money, state money, sponsored Alan Kyeremanteng in 2013 for World Trade Organization. He lost. First time a Ghanaian is losing. And so his case. He cannot win any elections in this country.
My audience,
even in UP, if they contest elections, even Solo, if Solo contests Alan Kyeremanteng as UP flag bearer, Solo will win.
Solo will win.
Yes.
I told you his history.
I can understand it's difficult.
You understand
in London, but I will still allow you. First of all,
Solo, we are running out of time.
You want to run out of time?
No.
Let me do it.
We have LGBTQ to talk about.
First of all, I don't blame Awa Mohammed because he wasn't a member of the NPP. So these are hearsays that he has come.
It's not hearsay. I have mentioned.
He will not say that Alan
issues that
the trade ministry, and the only thing that he would do will be cassava. He doesn't even understand the importance of that whole project. And I want to draw his mind that that project that Alan did at Boakye will remain in the history books of our country.
So the entire country, you can only mention one. With all the resources you were given.
Why, at the point, if he knows Net2 Ghana, Net2 does not immediately or easily onboard businesses outside their scope. They don't easily onboard suppliers. But Net2 was buying their products, their starch from that Boakye product. It was the reason why Guinness Ghana at the point had to buy. There was this beer called, was it root beer or so? It came out of that project. So I can pardon him because he came to meet the propaganda, and instead of him trusting by verifying,
I was a journalist then.
He could have,
so I could verify stories. I was a journalist then, and I was practicing.
Number two, today,
you understand? So I know the stories.
He is proud of wearing Africa wear. It used not to be so. I remember when we finished secondary school.
So Alan forced us to wear
Africa he launched it in 2003, 2004. And that is
on behalf of Kufuor.
If you have observed Alan Kyeremanteng, most of him, when you see him, is in Africa print.
Okay.
He became the embodiment of that project. You understand? And a number of projects. The one district, one factory that they were talking about was his project. As a matter of fact, in the MP, when he was in the MPP, go and check the trade surplus from between 2017 to the time that he left. He left almost every year a positive trade surplus.
In all of that, he's saying Alan will still lose any.
Now he made mention of Dr. Bawumia having been chosen because he was from the northern part, not just alone because he was a Muslim, he was from the Zongos.
I said northern Muslim. I didn't say
Zongo.
I said northern Muslim.
In the entire country, the NPP lost all the Zongo votes, with the exception of, I think, a Zongo in Winneba.
That is not true.
You understand? He lost all the Zongo votes.
I am from Asante Bediatuo.
Was it Asante here?
I said we want Asante.
Okay, I have had it.
Don't worry. I can give you list of Zongo communities we want.
Because of the rain, I want to give you that latitude.
Okay.
Look, he was brought in because he was a Zongo man. They lost almost all the Zongos in
that is
country.
Not true.
That's number two. The northern region originally was about, the 5 northern regions you see today was 1. So I was thinking you would tell me that as a result of settling on Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia, they won Upper West, they won Upper East, they won Savannah, they won Northern, they won Northeast. If you go to Upper West, for the first time that the NPP settled on a Muslim and a Northerner, they have no MP in Upper West. They have no MP
Upper West has more Christians than Muslims.
And let me tell you, Upper East,
you don't know.
Upper East, so you are now
Upper West.
Oh, you said beauty. That's a beauty. That's a beauty.
I'm saying that Upper West has more Christians than Muslims.
According to our, so long as come, let me finish this matter.
Okay.
According to our, so long as there are more Christians in a particular location, if you were to present a Muslim candidate, you would have lost. That means that what are they doing? They have already lost. Entire country, because if you have a country that has 71% Christian population, and by your logic, the NPP lost in Upper West because there were more Christians than the Muslims. Then what are you going to do in Upper West?
Stick to the issues that Alan Kyeremanteng cannot win any elections.
Now, I have it beyond that. He says Alan left the NPP and then formed his own party.
Yeah.
First of all, when Alan left the NPP, he went as an independent candidate. You remember?
What difference does it make?
No, when you are an independent candidate, you don't contest an election with parliamentary candidates. So in election 2024, Alan didn't have parliamentary candidates across the length and breadth of this country. He went single-handedly.
But now UP will have.
Now UP is going to present
are you
276 parliamentary candidates. 276 parliamentary candidates. As we speak, our offices are springing up across the entire country. Now, I want him to live in his fiction. You understand?
There's no office in Asawasi. There's no office in Afriyie.
Your Asante regional office has been taken over.
I'm saying that there's no office in Afriyie. There's no office in Asawasi.
If you were to go to Kojo today, where their party's regional offices has been taken over by the landlord because they are unable to pay rent. So the landlord is using it for printing press. They don't have it.
That's not true.
Yes.
That's not true.
So why don't your candidate be humble and just go?
Now he talks about Alan not going to win any election because he has never won any election. Yeah. What election did President Mills win before he became president? Was President Mills, or did he ever win any election before he became president? Did he ever contest any election before?
Yes, he was a running mate.
He was on a
he was on a team.
What I'm saying is that
with Mills in 1996.
But did he win any election?
Yes,
but as a joint.
No.
The Constitution. Read the Constitution that you have here. He was elected with.
He's telling you that Alan has never won any election.
If you pay him with anyone, you still lose. You still lose. You get even not less than 10%.
Don't let him run away. We are going there. We will get
Mills. But that's the question to you, Solo, because of time. I'm saying.
Oh, so you don't that you want to do? You do mean?
No, just go ahead. Just say that he's pointing to the fact that even if you pair Alan with Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia, it will not work because he's never won.
Absolutely, he's right. How can you negative positive is negative? So it will never work. I understand. How can we pair Alan with Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia, who Google says is a liar? And when Alan is preaching that we want a Christ-like leader and he's ready to offer that. So I agree with him entirely that it will never work. And I would never advise that Alan partners with Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia because that would destroy his credibility on this earth.
Does he have that credibility?
You understand?
Let's go into
all right, that's fine.
Yeah. Then we'll wrap up with
LGBT. He can't.
He hasn't answered you.
I told him that Boniface had more votes in Salaga South for Alan than Alan. In fact, in a just
gentleman is standing.
Cheddar had 1,200 votes. Alan has 600. In a just Cheddar is not from a just.
I think politics has its own dimension.
I see.
Politics doesn't always appear as if it's more like from a royal home whereby you easily ascend to a throne. There's always a need to work things out. And for me, based on the submission that Mr. Solo and then Honorable Awal has espoused.
You seem to be calling him Honorable. For me, is there something in the pipeline?
That's fine.
Okay. Awal for MP or something.
Thank you. So, thanks for the clarity. So for me, I think Honorable Alan Kyeremanteng, for all the dues that he paid in the party NPP, it was so much that obviously he was just going to be made the next, forgetting that there's always a starting point. You should go down there, go through with the party people and then bring it up. But you just don't sit at your comfort zone thinking that
is not true. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I would not say he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Are you interjecting from the audience again?
It is not.
Are you interjecting?
What does he mean by it? He was sitting.
You had your time.
So
Mr. Alan Kyeremanteng shouldn't see that. He shouldn't see that as a bona fide. I think that is the reason why the party people rejected him. He saw it as his bona fide without going down there to speak to the people and then win their votes. He saw that as his bona fide. So going forward, as a politician, you must always touch base, so that the people can give you the power that you need.
All right.
So first of all, let me quickly let me answer you. You see, these are part of the propaganda.
So you not allow even studio audience also have that thing.
To Alan Kyeremanteng. Alan Kyeremanteng visited this country. You know why he was given the name Alan Cash? In those days, that NPP had limited delegates.
He was flying on helicopter to Upper West.
Why are you doing this?
Yes, that was how
that introduced campaign.
The delegates were with one of the candidates. They left because they said the cash man has come.
He has start base. Then they gave him that name. Now he's talking about he sits back. Look, in election in 2023, I was part of those that toured the entire country with Mr. Alan Kyeremanteng. You understand? No, but we started.
You know what? We don't have enough time. What I want us to do is
the last bit. Let me clear. You have. Now, Awal says he lost election 2023 to Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia.
So
what election did he lose?
He
didn't lose any election.
He placed it. I said he placed it.
Says that when the numbers contesting are more than 5, you do what we call super delegates. So if the person was part of the 5, on what basis?
He placed it from second to third.
You don't know what you're talking about.
All of the time. Apologies.
I'm taking all the time. He took the time.
Yeah, apologies to my in-studio audience. I want to hear from the ladies, so we'll hear from them shortly. But let's move into the anti-LGBT.
You are running away from.
Before we go. Solo, the speaker says let's reconsider. Let's try and do some work.
He the documents, but he doesn't also.
So the speaker has done a great deal of the service to the people of this country. I think I called for his removal on Joy on Thursday, and I did so also on Wednesday on TV3, and I'm doing so this morning that if there is any controversy surrounding the LGBTQ bill passage, it's been brought in by the utterance of the speaker, and I thought that was needless. Let's also bear in mind that we are here because we are at this stage because of the lackadaisical attitude of President Akufo Addo and Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia. If they had signed this bill in 2024, I don't think we will be here discussing this matter again. Yesterday, I happened to have taken part in the Fourth African Interparliamentary Conference on Family Sovereignty and bloc, with the exception of South Africa and Mozambique. And remember, South Africa is the only African country that allows LGBTQ. That is their own matter. But the African says that no. In fact, I have some of their declarations here. If you were to go to 3.2.
There's no time. So
those that gather, the parliamentarians, the various civil society says that under no circumstance must Africa allow its values, sovereignty, and culture to be diluted by pressure from outside world. Right. And so, for me, what has been passed is a correct bill. I took my time to even listen to the proceedings on the 28th of May 2026, and I am very surprised that NPP parliamentarians, I'm talking about Aremeyaw, I'm talking about Asafo that spoke on that day. In fact, Asafo went to the extent of saying that we want the bill passed today. and that he was admonishing the majority side to implement what they call... No, I mean, you know, they did on the 28th, which was a Thursday, they did a second consideration.
They were rather pushing,
Yes, so as Asante spoke, and he was saying that the majority side must implement what we call the 133, you know, the 24-hour economy, so that some parliamentarians will do the business of the house from morning to like afternoon, others will come afternoon to so that they can pass it very fast. Now, the conclusion of that committee, I have it also here, that, and with your permission, I can...
That they unanimously
agreed that the entire bill be adopted by the whole. Now, when they went to the preliminary or the entire house, the various amendments that needed to be done was done and accepted, except that, you know, parliament is also a house of politics.
Yes, obviously.
So the NPP needed to do politics. So what they are doing really is politics, but not in substance. So what I'm saying is that Speaker Bawumia did not have any moral turpitude, especially when he himself has promised the entire country that he was ready and prepared to put his life on for the LGBTQ.
But if it must be done, it must be done.
Which aspect wasn't that well? Now I've been told that there was, I mean, once the consideration, before you get to the third reading, it has to last for 24 hours. But the same standing orders, and because of the time we can't read, also make provision for procedural motion to abridge time, which was done. I heard the Dampare moving that motion, which was adopted. So on what basis would Speaker Bawumia come and throw this whole thing in array? Look, we will not allow men and men to marry in this country. They can do it in their secrecy, in their homes.
Yeah, but that's not what the Speaker is supporting. The Speaker is just saying reconsider.
What is what are we going to consider again?
What, of the opposition.
What opposition view is what? Opposition view, and I've told you about Aremeyaw, I've told you about Asafo. You can even extend it to Reverend Tim Fodio, that all of them were in sync, were in line with this bill.
The bill now is empty.
What is empty about it? The bill, look, Aremeyaw this opening statement, I will leave that for him to continue. On the 28th of May 2026, and I quote him. Verbatim, that the bill as it was not different from the bill that was passed in 2020. I end my quotation.
So why are you still complaining to the NPP on this?
This bill has passed.
Yes.
If Andy Solomon, the gay rights activist, is the president of Ghana, he will gladly sign. This bill, I'm telling you, what they have passed today. If Andy Solomon, the gay rights activist, is the president of Ghana, he will gladly sign. You know why? If there is any bill in this country that has enjoyed public discourse.
But why the Solomon example, though?
No, I said because I'm sitting here.
I said Andy Solomon.
Who is Andy Solomon?
Andy Solomon.
Who is Andy Solomon?
The gay rights activist that launched President Mahamadu.
So that's what you want to say.
The gay rights activist that launched President Mahamad's book.
Yes.
The first coup d'etat.
I'm wondering why.
You have a president in the shape of Akufo Addo who told the entire world that LGBTQ was bound to happen in this country.
You see that? I'm saying that gay rights activist, if he is to be the president of Ghana,
but he's not.
He will sign because it serves their interest.
Okay. The
reason is simple. Now, if there is any bill in this country from 1992 up to today that has enjoyed a lot of public discourse, it is this bill.
Right.
From 2021 and 2024, you had almost everyone, every interest group in this country did a presentation. The Christian Council, the Muslim organizations, even people who
but what is wrong with the bill? What is wrong?
Even people who are against it. Now, if you like,
what is wrong with the bill?
Go and check the proposal by people who said the bill was not necessary, we should throw it away. The 15-member team. Audrey Agyapong, the late Akoto and that group.
Yes.
The things that they raised are the things that has been amended and has been given to them.
Such as?
Okay. So you see, there's nowhere in this world that they have passed this bill, that they have given exemptions to discussion in the media, sponsoring by NGOs and so on.
It's not true. He's throwing
there's nowhere.
He's throwing
now, Sam George told us that Kenya came to Ghana, took our documents, changed the name from Kenya to Ghana, and change the name of the bill.
But brother, you must let him provide a specific provision. He cannot just be...
And they passed. They passed it and they are using it, according to Sam George. Today, the things that the president promised, that when I come, I will sign, there is an amendment to say that you can sit on radio and still discuss.
It's not true. It's not true. They will let him throw that into the eyes of the people. Which provision say that? Which provision?
The Article 9.
What specifically does it say?
It says there are exemptions.
Exemptions to what effect?
The clause 9. They said there are exemptions to media discussion. NGOs who will promote it.
Hey.
Yes.
Who promotes?
Ah, my goodness.
Yes,
No. Why?
When they
he's misinforming your people. It's not good. Early morning you are misinforming people.
I'm saying that.
What are you talking about?
No,
you shouldn't allow him to be doing that.
Get you the
what did this say?
What did this say?
I'm saying that there are exemptions for NGOs.
Yes.
There are exemptions for multinational organizations.
Yes,
there are exemptions
for multinational.
Yes.
Not for
which multinational organizations?
Not for the purposes.
What are you talking about?
Promotion.
I'm saying
academia, health workers, and journalists.
So
which country in the world has passed this and has given exemptions to this?
No, but what are you saying?
The reason is that, you see, the thing is that these people are not looking for rights to have sex outside. What they are looking for is to sustain discussion.
What I'm saying,
they are doing advocacy. You see, when you discuss it in the media, that is when they get to do recruitments. Because they are running into extinction.
But these were amendments that were suggested by Afriyie markets. So are you telling me Afriyie markets were promoting?
80% of the people who are living with HIV/AIDS today are them.
It's not true. Say 18%.
They are dying. So they want a sustained discussion so that people say, this man is in.
So what is your position on the LGBTQ
Our
bill?
position is that go back to the 2024 bill that.
But I just told you, I just told you that
every Ghanaian.
But I just told you that I didn't told the house.
The one you gave.
The one you gave. The 2024 one was not different.
We want the one you gave to Kenya that they are.
That's your producer have the proceedings on the 28th of May 2026. And I just get what has I am saying that. What they have done today, they have thrown what the Christian Council. You are just making up. He has not even read the bill. They have just said everything. So which aspect of it?
The group's input you're saying was accommodated, Professor Agyapong's group. The understanding is that even this week, they still raise concerns about their bill. They in fact, just yesterday, they were raising concerns about this bill.
The 15
so if you claim that they are...
No, I'm very surprised because there is nothing different from the 2024 one.
The positions that were accepted was, one, in the old bill, you cannot, as a lecturer, do a research and so on and publish them. Today, in the new bill,
previous,
it's there.
And the previous one,
the clause 9.
Let me check. Let me open the clause 9. The previous one. Let me check it for you. Continue. I'll get the document for you.
Subject to the Constitution, and that's what.
Yes, I'm saying that was what they said.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.